Hey guys, welcome back to the Only Carlton YouTube channel. I'm not sure what to call this yet, but I want to start a series where I talk to a lot of prominent Carlton figures, and who better to start off with than Andy from the Monday Blues. Andy, how you going, bro?
What's going on, brother?
Good, good. Look, I just want to have a chat, right? That's all this is. I don't really have a plan. We didn't plan shit before this, right? So,
Not
I'm
at all.
trying to ask you first. Obviously, this year wasn't the best, right? Where, if you can pinpoint it, this is the most loaded question of all time. If you can pinpoint it, where did it all go wrong?
It's a good question. For me, it's when the president put his thing on the internet. That's when I knew this season's going to be it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And there was that, and then the injuries, and then round one.
Yeah.
I think after round one, we should have all known. A lot of people did. A lot of people called the season. I was a little bit hopeful, but I think those three events, the president, the injuries, and then round one, I think those three events that was it.
Yeah.
We should have known.
After round one, I'm not gonna lie. Like I watched your podcast, and George said, season over.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I kind of like, come on, boys.
Yeah.
Like it's a mulligan, it's a one-off. But then round two happened. Hawthorn. I was like, Hawthorn are a good team. And then round three, and then 0-4 to start, bro.
Yeah.
Like we were top four like a year ago. Like we were 10 points clear, 2nd on the ladder.
Yeah.
So I don't get how it can all go wrong like that so quickly, right? And that Richmond game, right? That Richmond game, I think it almost broke the playing group.
It broke something.
It definitely broke something.
It broke something, bro. That was very bad. We all, like I said, we all should have known that this season is going to be rough, and it was. 40 points up against kids.
Yeah.
Talented kids, like taking nothing away from Richmond, but they had no right to get back into the contest,
Not at all.
let alone win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bunch of red P players. Like,
man, they were doing cartwheels and getting their dicks out, bro. Like,
Fuck, I'll never forget that backflip. I'll never forget it. We got emoted on proper, and then Sam Laylor just...
Yeah, we're banter, bro.
Yeah.
And this whole season, it's so hard to point to one thing. It really is so hard to point to one thing because it felt like every week there was something.
Yeah.
There was something. All right, yeah, the injuries, we covered that. But like Harry, his mental health.
Yeah.
And then you had like the whole TDK situation.
Elijah.
Yeah. And then Charlie. And then Michael Voss all year. And then the club decides to have a 6-hour meeting, the board. And I want to get into the board too because I feel like, and I was going to say this on one of the other shows, but I completely forgot, so I might as well just drop it here. I feel like the board has gotten away with it. Halfway through the season, everyone was like, hold the board accountable, hold the board accountable. And then all they did was bring in Graham Wright, and he's made changes to the football department. Good, fair enough, sweet. But the board is still there. Like everybody on the board is still just chilling.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're kind of like laughing because, look at them. They're not focused on us anymore. And they've gotten away with it again.
They have. I mean, they brought in Graham Wright, and he's changed a lot of the narrative around the club, right? Like you hear him saying, football first. I think that's definitely going to be a slogan they're going to put on caps and shit. But
it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be because whether they want to admit it or not, they're listening to the fans. And the general consensus of the fans is it's not football first at that football club.
For sure. But you can tell with the president coming out and speaking with Terry. Like, it's not...
That was a panic move.
100%.
That was 100% red button.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the biggest fan channel. Yeah. Bang, and get onto it. So, look, good on them for being proactive about it. Absolutely. Yeah. Great decision bringing in Graham Wright. I just want to see results now. I'm not expecting grand final anytime soon. I'm not expecting any success anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we win the next 10 flags. I just can't see it.
You bring up success. Where do you see us next year?
Very bad.
Because we're losing. So I want to get into the players we've lost, right? So we've lost Shaq Silvani. Mm-hmm. We've lost TDK. We might lose Kerner, right? And the players we're getting in to replace these people, Buku for Jack, right? Buku Kamis. Maybe it's a straight shot, a swap. I don't know. right? I don't know too much about Buku, but Liam Reedy for TDK is not a straight. That's a downgrade.
I don't mind Liam Reedy. It is it's a
downgrade,
downgrade, of course.
Played like one AFL game.
But I mean, 1 point whatever for TDK, you have to cop that.
100%.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Personally, I still believe in loyalty, and I don't think money should dictate your loyalty. But it's a business, you know. And I think, like with Jack, I just want to touch on Jack for a sec.
Dog.
Pause. He came out and said that he wants to play at a stable environment and all that. Bro, they're literally pushing their captain out.
Yeah.
You can't talk about culture and you know being stable when a club is literally telling their captain,
"Hey, elsewhere.
Look, go suss your options elsewhere." Like, that's not culture.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to win they're going to aim to win a premiership based on finances. All credit to them, man. Good on you. Well done. I don't care. I hope the club burns down. I hate them. Right? Whatever. But don't sit there and talk about culture and playing in a stable environment, a supportive environment. Bro, he's lucky that he was on the list for that long.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best when he came in. We stuck with him. Only because of his surname. I've seen better players get delisted. But fair enough. We all love Jack, right? And I hate the term heart and soul, but everybody seems to call him heart and soul. Well, this is what you get for putting your heart and soul into one single player. That's why it's important, you know, you follow the monogram and not the player.
Yeah.
You know, so going back though, we're losing a lot of talent with TDK. If Charlie goes as well, like 60 goals is not hard. It's not easy to get. Sorry. Yeah. A lot of people are saying, "Nah, we can make up for it. We can make up." Not the way we play.
No.
Not with our game style. So,
but we struggle to kick 10 goals a game.
I know. So I don't know how they think we're going to make up 60 points, 60 goals a year, but I don't know, man. You're right. We're losing a lot of talent, and I don't think next year is going to be much better than this. Actually, and I said it early this year. I think next year it'll get worse.
Yeah.
I think it'll get worse, but once it gets better, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
I think we're investing in some good young kids. Like you said, the language around the club is changing. You know, football first, that no bullshit attitude that Sam Walsh was talking about. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. That attitude that Jacob Wiedering was talking about as well. I think the right person is leading the football department now as far as Graham Wright goes. So we'll see. Yeah. I just don't think it's going to get good next year. I think we've got one more year of hurt. So my expectations are super low for next year. But then, you know, once next year's done and we get into that draft and we get into the trade period, that's when I think things will get heavy.
Yeah. Where does that leave Michael Voss next year, though? Because he's conscious. So what's the pass mark for him? What makes him stay at the club past next year?
I'd be very surprised if he makes it past round 5.
Yeah.
Personally, everyone knows what I think. I think he should have been gone a long time ago. I think his game plan is archaic. It's an old game style that doesn't hold up. They went all in on our 2023 squad. It's probably not his fault entirely, but he is part to blame. You're the head coach. You have to take accountability. I'm going to back him, though.
For next year?
Yeah, I'm going to back him. What's the pass mark, though?
Look, for me, it has to be finals. We have to compete. Look, we have to. We can't crash.
You just said we're getting worse, though.
We are getting worse, but we're awful.
So how's that your expectation?
Well, look, we're getting worse with the personnel we're losing, but everyone in our club this year has had like a terrible year. Every single person has been out of form, right? We're getting Newman back. I don't like bringing up Jagger, but he is going to make a difference. He's going to play 23 games next year.
So.
Right, for sure. So we're getting players back, and you would hope that the form improves, right? And you get a couple of key players in. But again, I agree. Like, I don't see... We're getting worse. Like, talent-wise, we're getting worse. But if we don't push for finals next year, if we don't compete for the top 8 the whole season, right, like consistently 9th, 8th, I don't see him staying. I don't see a world where he stays. I don't see a world where you have... Let's say Kerner stays next year. You have a dual... You have 3 Coleman medals in your forward line. Mackay and Kerner. Right? You have a dual Brownlow medalist as your captain. You have Walsh, who won the Gary Ayres like 2 years ago. Like, these are all star players. You have stars on every line. You have Jacob Wiedering, who's probably been one of the best fullbacks in the last 10 years. How do you look at that list and be like, nah, like, you can accept not making finals, not being competitive?
Though I'll tell you why I say what I say, because I've been to almost every game this year, and I see how we move the ball.
Yeah.
I don't care who you've got in your team. When you've got players flat-footed, when you got really slow ball movement, in this day and age, teams will eat you up. The only teams we play okay against are other contested teams.
Yeah.
Look at Geelong. Geelong only really lost because of they lost the contested ball. They lost that contest.
Yeah, we smashed them.
And we beat them because that's our game. And if Geelong has the ability to play a fast game, but it all depends who they play.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think it's sustainable for us anyway. I don't think we've got the skills. I think our basic skills are just gone. You can't tell me that these blokes come into the AFL system not knowing how to hit a 25-meter pass.
Yeah.
But somehow here we are. Every week we say, bro, how did you miss that? How did he drop that? How could you miss that handball?
Yeah.
How could you not make it? Like, bro, how slow are some of our players? You know, like.
Yeah.
So I think the fundamentals need work. I think, and we've got a new development coach. We've got a couple new assistant coaches.
Midfield and forward coach.
Yeah. So I'm hearing at first when I saw Lee Adams from North Melbourne, I'm like, are we serious?
Yeah.
Apparently he's good with young players though.
He is pretty good, and also North. So he's come from the midfield department in North Melbourne. North Melbourne are statistically one of the best midfield teams in the comp.
There you go.
I know they have a lot of talent, right? They've got but you would think coaching makes a big difference in that team, right? So I'm happy. Look, people were upset we didn't get premiership experience with our assistant coaches. I agree, but I don't think it's end all or be all. I don't think just because they don't have premiership experience, they can't do their jobs well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of coaches that don't have premiership experience. Like Kate Simpson doesn't have premiership experience.
I think we've been down that road though. I think our problem is we've already tried the untried coach.
Yeah.
Or the coach that hasn't won a flag yet. Maybe we just need a head in there that's been there, done that.
Yeah.
You know, just to guide things. Maybe like a head of football role. Would have been nice to get someone in like I don't know, bro. Like I don't know, just someone with premiership. You know, Nous or whatever. But at the same time, like I'm sure the clubs try to get the best people in, and maybe they just don't want to come.
Maybe.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe the pressure of being at Carlton is too much for some people. And I truly believe that that goes for players as well.
Yeah.
And I definitely believe it's for coaches, like head coaches. Because in that 6-hour meeting, phone calls were 100% made.
Yeah, for sure.
And those phone calls were quickly shut down. Carlton isn't, as much as we love the club, as much as we put the club on a pedestal, Carlton isn't that club. We're a very toxic club. You know, like as far as board goes, we've been called toxic as supporters, right? I mean, our show has been called toxic many times. A few of the other shows as well. So, I mean, is it that destination club? Is it a club that if you're coaching at Hawthorn or Collingwood, you're going to be like, oh man, I'd love to coach at Carlton? I don't think it is.
I don't think if you're a head coach, you want to go somewhere where they've sacked 6 coaches in the last 15 years. Like it's not a stable club, and even Voss staying, I think we kept him because there was just no one else.
Yeah.
Right. And when you keep a coach that's not contract, like he's end of contract next year, what do you think that does for the playing group?
Well, here's the flip side. So we can go in and you can have like that mentality, which you know it's okay. Like you know, we're just what are we doing with Voss? Voss should look at this as another opportunity. You know, this is another audition for my contract. So he's got, say, 12 months to prove himself. What changes can you do? How well can you adapt to new coaches now around you? We were told he's not a good tactician. Yep. Well, he's got a couple of tacticians around him now. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, we changed half the assistant coaches for
him,
right? But again, this leads me back. What's a pass? What makes him stay next year? What do you need to see from him for him to stay after next year?
How many wins did we get this year?
9. Or 9 or 7.
Honestly, if we can get 8 wins.
8 wins.
8 wins. I
keep
think,
him.
Bro, I think if we match this year as far as ladder position or better, you keep him.
Look,
We're playing a lot of youth. We're
Yeah.
playing a lot of youth, and you got to remember the youth we have isn't that top end.
No.
It's not like top 10 like Richmond has, like Brisbane gets. Those academy players. We'll be lucky to get 2 or 3 really good players coming in over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Unless we trade, up in the draft like we did with Jagger. I just don't think we've got that high end talent in our youth. We've got good youth.
We've got good youth, but they're not.
They need development.
They need development, right? Like
Yeah.
Cooper Lord's been one of our best. He's a mid-season draft recruit,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Ashton Moyes is like pick 20s or 30s.
And I think Ashton Moyer now is at the point where, all right, bro, show us what you got now. In the system for a couple of years now. I think, Jesse Motlop has to take that next step next year. You got, like you said, Cooper Lord, well done. Jagger's going to come in with a lot of pressure on him. But you got players like Lockie Cowan.
Yeah.
Who are you as a footballer now? Now you got to show us who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Saucy's gone. You're going to get that spot. Show us what you got.
Yeah.
So there's opportunity. And with opportunity, there's, endless potential. So people might say I'm a bit pessimistic as to what could happen next year, but I look at it as an exciting prospect. I'm not in it for the results next year.
Yeah.
So next year, I want to see improvement from wherever it comes from, right? I asked a few of the boys at the start of this year. I had us finishing 12th or 13th at the start of the year. And I asked a couple of the boys because they were like, no, we can push top 4. We can push top 4. I'm like, how? We haven't added to our team, right? And they're like, no, the improvement has to come from within. Okay, well, it hasn't. So I think next year it's an opportunity for a lot of these young boys to come out and say, this is my position.
Yeah.
This is who I want to be as a footballer. And that's it. It has to be the same with Voss. This is the type of coach I want to be.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we need to work on as well to improve, and one thing I'll be looking at as far as Voss goes, this kind of goes away from Voss, but it honestly, it matters a lot with Voss as well. I want to see how our leadership changes within on field.
Yeah.
100%. Do you think Cripps will be captain next year?
I don't think he should. But again, it's a vote thing, right? So they all vote on it at the start of the year, all the players. I don't think that's how you should decide a captain.
Never do I. Because that's just most
Popularity contest.
Yeah.
Right? As much as I love Cripps, and anyone, like, I love Cripps to death, right? Like, I grew up watching him.
Of course.
I don't think, like, he's a captain that leads by example. He's not a vocal captain. He's not like a general, right? Like a Hodge or something. We've struggled so much, like so long, because we don't have a vocal captain. We don't have anyone vocal in our team, right? Everyone just kind of...
Go back to round 1. We had no leadership on field.
No.
There was nobody yelling, nobody screaming and pointing and coaching. We had nothing. No leadership on field against Richmond.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids. So that's why premiership experience on field is important. It really is. That's why getting Bailey Fritsch might have been good.
Where'd he go? He went to...
He signed with... I don't know. I can't remember.
But
I'm like detaching from footy.
yeah.
It's an off season for me too, bro.
Look, like, I don't think Cripps should be captain. I think he should be Walsh.
Same.
Sam Walsh, because the way he's coming off like 10 weeks off after like halfway through the season.
Yeah.
He's come out with like fire in his belly. We haven't seen a player that's has the desire to win like that since him. Like, he's played his last 2 games, and I know they were against shit opposition, right? Like Port and Essendon. He played 50% time on ground. He had 30 touches in both games.
I know.
Like, that's insane. This kid was also being touted to be captain back in 21.
Yeah.
There was calls for him because Cripps was a bit down. And Cripps, we kept him as captain. He won 2 Brownlows. But he's 30. I think he's turning 31 next year, Cripps. I don't think he's getting any better.
For me, I just want Cripps to enjoy his last years. 3, 4 years, however long he's got left. I want him to enjoy it. Stay in the leadership group, maybe.
Yeah.
Just take that step back and probably just give that fresh pair of eyes, that fresh voice to Sam Walsh, Jacob Wiedering.
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, I'm at the point where, and I said this earlier this year, give the captaincy to Ollie Hollands. Like,
yeah,
I love the kid. Can't kick, but I love the kid. You know what I mean? But do something different.
Yeah.
Sam Walsh or Jacob Wiedering are probably the best or the most obvious ones. But if you really want to try something, just give it to Ollie, man. See how it goes.
Ollie should be in the leadership group. I don't know.
Absolutely.
We have captains and vice captains. We don't have a third tier of leadership. Most clubs do.
I think we did.
We don't. Maybe we did. We don't have it this year.
Okay.
For sure, we don't. So Chris is our captain, and then we have
What about Kerno?
Kerno's vice.
Is Kerno vice captain?
Vice captain.
Charlie Kerno was
Yeah.
vice captain. Whoever made that decision needs to be sacked on the spot. Sack him.
But I get what they were trying to do, right? Because he's a barometer, right? You know, when he's up and about. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a captain. That's a captain. That doesn't mean he's captain material,
Nah.
right? And you would think your vice captains can step up and be a captain if Cripps is gone. Can you imagine Charlie Kerno as the sole captain of the club? Like you can't. We'll touch on him a bit later as well. But he's 3 years into a 7-year deal. He's our vice captain and he wants out. Like how fucked can you be? And
He has to go.
He has to go.
For me, he has to go. And you don't want to get ripped off at the trade table. I understand. But culture is worth more than any single player.
Yeah.
I don't care who the player is.
For sure.
If he wants out and he's parading himself around like he has,
Yeah,
he's got to go.
in the Geelong box in the Elam final.
Yeah.
Like, what's going
Just-
on there? But I'm happy, honestly, and I'll say this now. I'm happy to go unders on a deal for him. Not crazy. I'm not taking
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pick
yeah.
40.
Same.
But I'll take Hayward straight swap. I take that. Because, bro, we need
I want Hayward and a pick.
Hayward and a pick.
Yeah, a good pick.
Or Hayward, Florent, and a pick. Like, these are all
No, I'll take Hayward and a pick.
and a pick.
Yeah,
'cause they're
I'll
picked
take
up.
Hayward and a pick.
But he needs to go. He can't. He cannot stay.
Absolutely not.
Right? And there's people saying, we'll keep him. We'll bench him for the year next year.
No, that's Morris.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, Morris. I can't have that. That just doesn't make sense as a business.
Yeah.
Right? Financially, it doesn't make sense. If you're keeping him and you're not playing him because of whatever reason, bro, he could turn around and play the mental health card and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not happy," whatever it is, and he might sit out the whole year.
Bro,
He can,
he can
and then you're really screwed.
he can retire. Be like retiring, then he comes
Yeah.
back next year.
Of course, you can.
Then we get nothing.
Of course. So it's not like he's without option. I don't know, man. Charlie has to go for me.
Yeah.
And I said this about Jack. As soon as Jack said he wanted to leave, go. I don't care. I don't care anymore, man. We sit there, bro, and we've got attachments to these players. They've provided us some good moments, but they haven't brought home that massive bit of success.
No.
So how can we be attached to that mediocrity?
Yeah. And
as a fan base, we're just as mediocre as the club because we're so accepting of that mediocrity.
Yeah.
All you have to do is read posts on certain Facebook pages. Bro, Facebook is a cesspool. I like, man, there's only a few pages I'm on, but some of the things I read, man, like, especially with Jack. Bro, you got people when Jack done a post saying he was out or whatever,
Yeah.
people were wishing him luck. Bro, fuck him.
Yeah.
He's not Carlton anymore. I don't care. We're so nice. We're so worried about being nice that we're just languishing in 13th position.
Yeah.
We're just irrelevant. If it wasn't for the supporters, the mass of supporters,
These players wouldn't be anything.
the club wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
It would just be another St Kilda giving away $5 memberships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not Carlton.
No.
We're attached to this idea that Carlton was once great. We're not great. We need to draw a line in the sand, and I think it's happening right now. I think we're at that crossroads, and I think we're going down the right path. We just have to be a little bit patient with the youth. We have to create an environment where people want to be there. And I think game plan is everything as well. What Doherty said after retiring, game plan and player activity should have been, the basis of a lot more attention, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
So, bro, next year's going to be tough, I think.
You said before, it needs to get worse before it gets better. I agree with that, but I don't see.
I hope not. Bro,
Yeah,
Adelaide has
obviously.
shown how quick you could turn
Yeah,
things.
15 to 30.
We showed how quick we could turn things a couple of years ago.
Yeah. But it's.
Can we do it again?
I don't think we have it in us.
I don't think we've got the skills. I don't think we've got the talent. And I don't think we've got the coaching stuff. I mean, maybe we do now.
Yeah.
I want to see a different brand of football before I can, confidently say we'll be all right for next year. I'm very confident about the year after and the year after. Sorry. But as far as next year goes, I've got very little hopes.
Look, we've got the youth, right? We've got a good youth setup, like we mentioned before. We have decent senior leaders. Do you think we can? How far off do you think we are of finals? How many players? What do we need? What's
We need speed.
speed?
If
Around
you haven't got speed in
Yeah.
2025, 26, you're nowhere.
Yeah.
And we need speed. So as soon as we can get speed in, our game plan can adapt to that and can change. Until we do, I fear we're just going to be that contested team still, trying to get games on our terms of contested.
Yeah.
But you're constantly playing catch up.
Yeah.
We're so easy to play against. I've said it all year.
Yeah.
We're the easiest team to play against. Run us off our legs in the first half, we're screwed in the second half. So
that was something else that confused me throughout the whole year. We somehow lost in different ways. Every single game. So we would either, fade out in the third and fourth. We would have like a great first half and fade out, or we would have a terrible first half and then have a good last quarter. Like that North game. That North game was. I want to ask you this all before I continue my point. What was the game that sealed the season for you? I know you said Richmond, but after the Geelong game, you must have had hope. That we
I did have hope, of course.
What-
Well, you always have hope. If you don't have hope
Yeah,
in your
what's-
team when you're playing well, stop watching football.
But what was the game that was like, all right, season's done, pack it in?
It was, believe it or not, it was the Essendon game we won. Yeah, I hated that game. That was for me the peak of anger.
Yeah.
I was so angry when we won that game
I remember.
because
Yeah.
of the way we won.
Yeah.
Right? Were you there at that game?
I was at that game. Yeah.
With us?
No,
No, you came to a Collingwood game.
Yeah.
You came to Collingwood. That was rubbish. That was a comedy show. But that Essendon game, I remember people like clapping and cheering when we won. We were up by 40 points and we won by 2 goals against Essendon, against the VFL side. And I lost my mind. Like after that game, I lost my mind.
I remember I was at that game. I was in the Essendon cheer squad, right? And a couple of lippy members around me, whatever. So I had the time of my life that game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I remember I posted stories of me singing the song on the way home, and you messaged me. You like, stop fucking singing.
I was filthy, bro. I was filthy. But I think it was like the day after or the day after, a couple of days after. I was like, why am I so angry, bro? If I can't enjoy when my team wins, what's the point, right? And that was for me the beginning of acceptance that we're not a good side.
Yeah.
That my expectations going into the season were even though I had us finishing 12th, I still had high hopes because I said it could have gone any way. But I accepted that we're just a nothing team right now.
Yeah.
We're nowhere.
Well, the expectation changed halfway throughout the year, right? Like for me at least, it was top 4. We had to push for top 4.
Yeah.
And then after the Giants game, that game was rough. That game we didn't lose by much, but
That was the first game I've ever left early.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I've never left early in a game before.
How long have you been going
early.
to the footy for?
My whole life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 37 years old.
When did you
I
leave?
have never left early. That game there, I left, I think with like 5-10 minutes left.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. But a few weeks later, or maybe the next week even, we played North Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I left 10 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
The game was rubbish.
I knew exactly what was about to happen. And I was like, you know what? Even if we do win, I'm not wasting. It was a sunny day. I got 1 day off, bro, in like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Like, you know what? I'm not wasting my fucking day off watching these blokes not care.
Yeah.
I was done. Out. I left, caught the train home. I was done.
How crazy is that? What, 30 years going to the footy?
Yeah.
And this season broke you.
Yeah.
This has been one of the worst seasons probably in a long. I watched. So in 2018, we won 2 games. I was 13.
But we were young, bro. We were a
young.
young
That's
side.
what I mean. Like
There was no
expectation.
expectation.
This year there was expectation. We still won 9 games, but honestly, it feels like we won 2.
Yeah.
I can think of the Geelong win and the Port win.
Yeah.
And after everything else was just rubbish.
Yeah.
Like I can't. There's no memorable moments for me. Like I make a lot of the edits and stuff, right? I don't have enough highlights from this year
Yeah.
to make a full edit.
That's crazy.
right? I go back to like last year and the year before.
That's crazy.
So that halfway through the year, I think it was the Port game we played. The Port game was also rubbish as well. And that's when also the narrative started changing. I don't know if you noticed. That's when Graham Wright took over the week after that game.
Okay.
Right. So that's when he took full control. So he had like he oversaw everything.
What, when we lost?
When we lost.
Okay.
It was after. I don't know if it was a panic move because the club got tagged,
Yeah.
but so for first 16 weeks he was
That's
overseeing.
right. That's when the club got tagged.
Yeah. So first 16 weeks he was overseeing everything, and then after that Port game, he got the reins. And if you notice, after that game is when everyone came out and said, "If you don't want to be here, you can leave."
Yeah.
And that's when.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I really think it's him. It's Graham Wright like pushing this narrative,
I hope so.
right? And you can see on the playing group because no one spoke. When was the last time a Carlton player spoke like this?
Nah, never.
Never. Like Weeder
Not
incoming.
not since probably the 90s.
I've never seen it, right?
Yeah.
So it's him pushing that narrative. But that Port game, we had 9 players under 21. It might have been the week after, right? So we kind of turned into a rebuild halfway through the year.
Yeah. We did.
Right? We had 7 debutants this year, which is the most we've had since 2017.
Yep.
So again, this kind of goes back to the point before. Next year is going to be bad.
This is what I
we're
mean.
Playing kids, yeah.
You just said you were going to push for finals, and now
Yeah,
you're telling
and
me it's
then-
going to be bad.
See, but it's
But
we gotta-
take your love away
and be realistic.
and like just look at things unbiased.
Yeah.
Right? We all want to see our club succeed. I just think we need to temper our expectations, especially for next year.
Can you see a world though where we push finals?
Of course.
Yeah.
But I love the team. I can see us winning the
No,
flag.
logically.
No.
Like you can't
Logically, no.
No.
I haven't seen anything that tells me,
Yeah.
hey, we can play like this for 4 quarters for 18 games a year. Bro, teams missed out on finals this year, winning more games than teams have finished top 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In the
Bulldogs had
past.
14, yeah.
So it's a tough competition. Like, who falls out of the finals?
I don't know.
Above us, even above us.
Yeah.
Who finishes under us next year?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
That's-
Like if you actually look at the ladder, can I bring out the ladder?
Yeah, go.
I want to bring out the ladder. Above us, Sydney Swans, they're going to improve.
Yeah.
They'll improve. Western Bulldogs, they're always thereabouts. Hawthorn, they're on the up. Gold Coast, they're on the up.
Yeah.
Fremantle, they're on the up. GWS, they're always thereabouts. Collingwood, that could go either way.
Yeah.
Fuck Collingwood, 10% off at the bottle of Pascaval. Brisbane, they're probably going to win another flag. Geelong, they'll probably play another grand final.
Yeah.
Adelaide, they're going to have a rough year. Probably drop out of the 4, maybe. So
I don't see us beating any of them.
looking
I
at
mean,
that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why when I see the way we've played, again, if we come out with a different brand, different eyes, different leadership, who knows?
Yeah.
But based on the evidence I've seen this year, it's going to be a rough year next year. Truly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So-
what cooks me is that it wasn't that long ago where we like again, and I go back all the time. I don't know if it's just because I've never seen any success, but I go back to last year, the first half of last year.
How good was it?
How good was it?
How good was that Geelong game last year?
Yeah, that was 4 quarters of just we smashed them, bro. We won by 10 goals.
I remember sitting next to Morris, actually, in the last quarter and watching the way we played and the way we beat Geelong. And I remember saying to Morris, I think we're watching a potential premiership team.
Yeah,
Like, it felt real.
that's how everyone felt.
It was
yeah.
the most mature win I have ever seen us have. And it was a complete win. And we looked like a complete side. And then we played Richmond the next week and we beat them by 10 goals. I stand by this. It was one of the worst 10-goal wins ever.
Yeah.
Right? It was a rubbish game. Up by 40. They came back,
Yeah,
I think, within a couple goals again.
and we kicked like
And
8 in a
then
row.
we kicked away.
Yeah.
And then it all fell apart quarter time GWS. So are they drinking their own bathwater? Was Michael Voss found out as a coach? And then leading into this year, was the TDK thing too much? Was the
Yeah.
president thing too much? Was the off-field with Jagger and Newey too much? You know? Was the clouds over Voss too much?
Yeah.
Was Sam Walsh getting injured too much? Was the Harry Mackay thing too much? was the Charlie Curnow being unhappy thing too much.
Because it came out he wanted to leave in May.
Yeah,
He was
bro.
talking to Geelong in May. So
I heard something very, very, very early on in the year before the season even started.
Yeah.
And I laughed it off. There's no way.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with this.
Bro, I considered him untouchable up until like a couple of weeks ago. Until all the reports came out that he actually wants to leave. I think it was after the Essendon game. I went on the Jumper Punch. And I was like, he's untouchable. We can't get rid of him. We can't afford to lose him, and I don't want to get rid of him. But if he wants to leave, he has to leave.
He has to.
Can't
We
be-
have to let him go.
Yeah.
We have to be. So it's all good and well to say to Charlie Curnow, you go find a deal. If you want to go, you go find us a deal that's going to appease us. But I think we need to be proactive to get him out of the club and get a decent deal. I think the club itself has to be like, you know what? He doesn't want to be here. Doesn't look like he's going to pull his head in next year. Get him out.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, right? People bring up Petrarca last year.
Yeah.
He was kicking and screaming to get up. This he had a good year. He averaged like 26 and had a goal again. He had a decent year.
Yeah.
I don't trust Curnow to be the professional.
I was just about to ask you, do you think Charlie would do that? No.
Not at all.
You saw that earlier in the year, bro. You saw that, like, you hear a lot of things and you don't know what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
So, like, it's hard to put it out. But his attitude is shocking.
Yeah.
You know, his off-field behaviour isn't the best. He's not committed, whether it's to Carlton or football in general.
Yeah.
Right? So.
And you could tell early on. You can tell his heart wasn't in it early on.
Yeah. You could tell last year, bro.
Yeah.
When we brought it up on the Monday Blues last year,
Yeah.
we got cooked by people.
Yeah.
I was getting messages from people calling me a fake fan because I said, I think it's time we talk about Charlie and how Charlie doesn't chase and his second efforts just aren't there.
Yeah.
I was getting messages from people who I didn't even know existed, bro. People I didn't even know watched the show were abusing me. You know? It's like, I didn't say he was a bad person. I didn't say he was a bad player even.
No.
I just said he's got a few bad habits.
But you know what we do as fans? We just we glorify. He's not an average player, but he's not.
He's a gun. He's a
gun,
superstar.
Right? He is. But we gave him, even as a club in total, we gave him a 7-year deal for like $1 million plus.
Yeah.
That's a premiership contract. He didn't bring us a premiership, though.
He didn't.
We gave Mackay the same deal, probably.
Yeah.
What did he kick 23 goals in 2023? That's when he re-signed. Why are we giving? That's my biggest issue with this club is giving players contracts based on potential.
Yeah.
Did it with Zach Williams.
That needs to change.
Yeah.
It just has to.
And it looks like we're doing that, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, we could. I said this before. If this was the club a couple of years ago, we would have matched that TDK offer.
We would have matched that TDK offer and offered McGovern a pay rise.
Yeah. Yeah, that trigger as well. We didn't play McGovern, so he doesn't trigger. That's culture. That's starting to build culture. Right? It's
you
not
want to stay, you stay, but on our terms.
Yeah.
Not on yours.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, I think we've got a couple of good people around the club now, Graham Wright, and, you know, I trust Graham Wright bringing in the right people as well.
Yeah.
I just think next year is almost going to be a holding season.
Yeah.
Just hold out, get through the season, get some games into the youth.
Yeah.
Voss has a chance to really impress. Look, if Graham Wright says wholeheartedly Voss is the right man for the job,
we have to trust him.
I trust him fully.
Yeah.
I want to see success, and I don't think success will come overnight.
Yeah.
We've shown that repeatedly, that Carlton has tried to get that overnight success, and it hasn't worked. I think we need to hold the board accountable still. You know, this has been a massive stuff up. This entire list, the decisions, the people in charge for as long as they were, the board needs to be held accountable, and I think they've gotten away with it.
Yeah.
I think they've gotten off almost scot-free, and I think we need to still hold them to account.
Yeah.
So that's my sticking point, you know.
Next year, if we crash and burn, let's say we finish 16th, 17th.
I'm expecting that.
Yeah.
I'm expecting bottom 4, bro.
Who do you blame?
Nobody.
No.
Wait, who
do you? Because if
who do you blame for being in that position?
Yeah, because then wouldn't you blame Graham Wright?
No.
If he's backed the Voss.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Graham Wright's coming into a burning building, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you can't blame him if the foundations weren't strong enough to handle a fire.
Yeah.
You know, I would blame whoever was responsible for keeping Brad Lloyd around.
Yep.
I'm still not a fan of Nick Austin.
Yep.
Right, but at the same time, he's done some good things.
Yep.
I'd blame the board.
Yep.
I blame the board because for too long, football has been secondary to off-field,
Yep.
and we already know, like, the causes we're championing, and like I understand, bro. You have to in 2025. You have to be a part of every cause,
Yep.
right? You just have to, and I'm not saying the causes aren't good, but we tend to focus a lot more on off field than on field. And I think those people responsible for that need to be held to account.
Yeah. We
That's who I'd blame.
definitely do focus more on off field, because then if we focused on football, we wouldn't have a slogan that says football first.
Exactly
That
right.
wouldn't have to be
Yeah,
said.
exactly.
But they know
Exactly
it.
right.
Like the board knows
Yeah.
it. Graham
Well-
Wright knew it.
Well,
right?
in Terry's interview with the president, he called it a business, and then he
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
he stuffed up. Like it's a business,
Yeah.
and I understand why it has to be a business. I fully understand. I'm a business owner myself. I get it.
Yeah.
But at least for optics, just for the optics for your members,
Yeah, just pretend like you care.
pretend you care
Yeah.
about football.
Yeah.
Pretend, and they just don't. Man, Collingwood Carlton week.
Yeah. No,
2
ample
hours,
ads.
3 hours before the game, Ampol ads.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Ampol. I jumped on the Collingwood page.
Yeah, they were G'ing it up.
They were G'ing up the match. They hate us.
Yeah. We don't hate
And we're worried about sponsorships. Like, I understand sponsors are important. I'm not saying they're not. And I understand every club focuses off field. But for us, I felt like the balance is way off.
Yeah.
It's just off. So,
But even with the sponsored ads, they're product placement. Like they have to be on Sunday.
of course.
But you can do that and post an actual thing.
Exactly.
Like it's not hard. Like
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, bro. I'm making videos. Like it's not.
Exactly.
It's possible, but they just don't. They don't care, or maybe they don't want to G it up because we're gonna lose. But you can't pretend like the rivalry isn't there.
No, the rivalry's dead, bro. It's not a rivalry.
Yeah.
A rivalry means two people
They go back and forth. Yeah.
going back and forth, and it's intense and it's full on. The rivalry is amongst the fans.
Yeah.
Charlie Kerner's taken photos with his business partner Nick Dacos.
Yeah.
There's no rivalry.
He's high fiving them after goals, and
There's no rivalry. Squirting water at Darcy Moore and having a laugh about it. Like, bro, that's not a rivalry.
Yeah.
I don't want them to punch on, but I don't want them to high five each other.
yeah, at least wait until you're off the ground, right? Like if you're mates with them, fine, cool, but just pretend like you're not mates for 2 hours.
You know what else cooked me during the year? Blake Acres high fiving his ex teammate during the game when we played Freo.
Yeah.
Bro, pretend like you care. Pretend like it's not just a Sunday arvo at the local park.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
And we would excuse these things if these players are in good form, right? You would. You wouldn't be as.
It
critical.
wouldn't be as
critical.
massive, of course.
Right. But when you're down in form, when the club's burning, bro, like you put up a front at least. Like when Doc retired and we got smashed, like it was a close game, but we were never in it.
Yeah.
Akers is smiling after we lost.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
I hate that.
One of our club legends, right?
I hate that.
Just retired. He's talking before the week. He's talking about how he never won a flag. He's apologizing to Crips. He's crying. Everyone's emotional. And then Akers is out here, he's having the time of his life, losing by 5 goals. Like some of the mentality. That's why some of these players need to go. Right. That's why with Jesus, like I loved him. Like I grew up watching him, not because
Same.
he's a Silvani. Right? I
Same.
don't care about the Silvani name because I grew up watching him. I had that. Like I remember his first game.
I was there.
Yeah, he passed it off to Gibbs. Yeah.
I was there, bro. I was there for everything, bro.
But
Jack used to be the background of my phone.
Yeah.
For about 3 years. You know that photo in the rain, that black and white photo
yeah.
against Essendon
Yeah.
when we finally won a game?
Yeah, the blowout game.
Yes. That photo was the background on my phone for years.
Yeah.
I love Jack, but I love the club more, and I want to see the club get better. I don't wish him well.
No.
I wish him well personally. Absolutely. I don't want anyone to be like, but as far as his football career goes, I hope he sees nothing but misery.
Straight up.
I can't pretend to care about another football team.
Yeah.
I don't like any other team. I hate them. I wish the worst for them.
Yeah.
So I don't care if you're not Carlton anymore. And I've said this weeks and weeks and weeks ago. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Yep.
That's the mantra. That is the fucking mantra. This football club is bigger than any individual. It's
Yep.
bigger than any of us. We're just, all we are, we're just people in a ship just crossing the ocean. You know? That's all we are. This club it means the world to all of us. And we want to see the club succeed.
Yeah.
You know? We loved players of the past. We loved some of these players, but they've retired without a premiership. They've retired without this, without that. 9 out of 10 of them are forgotten.
Yep.
You know, you move on. The game moves on.
Yeah, it doesn't stop for anyone.
So I don't care who you are. If you don't want to be a Carlton, fuck off.
That's it. Has to be like that. Look,
Has to.
We'll wrap things up. I just want to ask you first. Who's like your number one prospect going in next year? Who's the Carlton player that has the most eyes on him?
Jagger.
I
think Jagger's going to have the most pressure on him.
Yeah.
I think it's actually quite unfair because he's coming off a knee. I think there's a few, bro. There's a few. I think Sam Walsh.
Yeah.
You know,
especially if he gets the captain.
He's out of contract next year.
Yep.
Right. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sign? Or are you going to do what TDK done? Bro, I'd love for Sam Walsh to come out and sign now. You know, just get it before the season's done.
Yeah.
Go enjoy your holidays. Come back. Sign the paperwork. Jesse Motlop.
My boy.
I'm making him my boy too. Like, I'm hoping to see improvement. I said he would be all Shane. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. But who knows, bro? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, like, I think Jesse Motlop with proper coaching could be anything.
Yeah.
We know how good he can be. We know how good his potential can be.
Yep.
Let's see it, bro. I don't want to see him playing in the midfield. He's not a midfielder.
Not at all.
He's not a half-back flanker. Leave him in the forward line.
Yeah. He needs to be, but he kicked 25 goals in his second season.
That's what I mean. The potential's there.
It's there, right? And he's shown that when he is a small forward, he can kick goals. So I feel like he went into the midfield because Jagger went down. They needed someone to fill that hole.
Yeah.
Right? So he's a victim of circumstance, and he couldn't be dropped all year because we didn't have anyone.
No.
Like, remember those first 10 weeks were rough. How do you stay in the team for that long?
I'll tell you why. Who else?
Yeah, exactly. Depth.
Who else?
Yeah.
Francis Evans has come in now.
Yeah.
And
that guy was shocking.
He's doing something, you know? Like, people are hyping him up bad, bro. Bro, this is the problem with Carlton supporters. Yeah, we hype up. Let him play. Just let the kid play, bro. Let him do his thing, and let's just wait and see. My expectations for next year are so low, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to give it a position?
What did we finish this year? 13th?
The 12th.
12th?
Yeah.
13th. 13th to 14th. 13th to 16th.
Yeah.
I actually think, like I said, it's going to get worse. I hope to God we come out and smash every team and we win 28 games in a row and win the flag.
Yeah.
I just think expectations need to be tempered for next year.
Yeah.
I just think, you know. But right now, bro, I'm enjoying the off season.
Yeah.
You know, we're in my lounge room now, bro. I've just got the music behind me, bro. Every day I finish work, I come home, I pick a record, I chuck it on. And I'm just really enjoying the off season. I hope the players are. I hope the coaches are.
Yeah.
Next year, bro, it's a fresh year. Voss has his final audition, you know. I hope Sam Walsh signs. I hope Jagger comes in, does his thing. I hope Charlie stays. I hope he stays.
Yeah.
And
locks in.
Kills it. Yeah, locks in. If he's not going to lock in, fuck him off. I don't care. I hope Harry has sorted his life out and he's in a better position mentally.
Same with Elijah. If he stays.
If Elijah stays, bro, stay good. Be a good boy. You know, I want to see Weeders, Walsh, maybe co-captains.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to co-captains. I hope Cripps can enjoy his last few years. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out, wins a Brownlow next year, bro. You know, it seems to be the trend. Everyone says he's done, he's finished, comes out, wins a Brownlow. I hope he wins the premiership. I want to see Ollie improve. Like, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot I want to see next year.
Yeah.
So, if I had to choose one person, if Charlie stays, it's Charlie Kerner.
Yeah.
If Charlie stays, it's Charlie Kerner.
Has to be his highest paid player on the team, right? Probably the biggest star on that team. When he's on, he's one
He's
of
the best player in the
Yeah,
competition.
he
Bro,
is.
Georgie and I went to the Brisbane game, round 0 in 2024.
Yep. He just
And-
turned it on.
And Charlie had a really bad first half. And I think he kicked one goal just before halftime, maybe. I think it was just a cheapie. But what I saw in the first 5-10 minutes of that third quarter,
Yeah.
he single-handedly got us back into the game.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best game I've ever been to other than a final.
Yeah.
Right? 40 points down against Brisbane, in Brisbane.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
What a buzz. But, man, Charlie Curnow, bro. He's the one.
Yeah.
If Charlie stays and he's that guy,
Yeah.
the season could go anywhere.
Yeah.
But if he's not, then I've got grim predictions for next year because I don't think we can make up 60 goals.
No, not at all. But we'll see how we go.
We'll see, bro.
That's it, Andy. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, bro. Good luck with everything.
Thank you very
Make
much.
sure you follow, subscribe, the GOAT, #1. Monday Blues would be like shocking with our online presence if it wasn't for only Carlton. So
Make sure you guys subscribe to Monday Blue. I'll put the link in the description. So you should
Appreciate
check them out. Instagram. You guys on Twitter? No.
maybe. I don't know. We don't use it. so
All
don't
social.
follow us.
I'll link them in the
Yeah,
description.
None.
Anyways, thank you very much, bro.
Love you, bro. Enjoy.